Okay, here we go. Mother's Day week. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Navigating Between the Lines. Happy May. I asked listeners what moms are feeling right now, and the answers were very accurate. I feel like May sucks, exhausted, overwhelmed, also proud because moms are superheroes. It's school events, sports, end of year, everything. Work doesn't slow down, life doesn't slow down, and somehow we're all supposed to be like reflect and feel deeply and celebrate. So today's conversation felt like the perfect one because I wanted someone who was actually in all of this right now, not talking about motherhood from a distance, but living in it real time. So I'm sitting down with someone I know in real life. We have kids the same age. We are socially connected. And my favorite is we are Instagram friends, active Instagram friends. Jessica James, mom of 3 girls, full-time career, traveling for work, freshly back from Costa Rica. Your pics looked amazing. And somehow still showing up to everything. School events, sports, Tuesday night golf league.
Trying to get there.
Salad, side of fries energy. I respect it.
Yep. And wine.
I love that. And what I'm always drawn to is you just feel like someone who is doing a lot, but still really present in your life. The mom, the wearer of all hats. So, in honor of Mother's Day, we are going to have a little chit chat, having a fun conversation about all of it. Jess, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And hang on, were you just in the ER on
Yes,
Friday?
on Friday night.
And
Definitely.
you're here?
Yep.
Not even 48 hours later. Are we
Yep.
good?
Well, we are good. We are good. It was a fun start to the weekend. Not really, but that's how I feel like I have to be all the time. It's like something happens, but you're like, I still have to do all the things. And
And you
my
just
husband
roll.
was giving me a hard time yesterday because he's like, you're supposed to be resting. Stop putting away the dishes. I'll do the laundry. He's like, just lay down. And I'm like, but there's so many things to always do.
To always do.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you watching right now?
So we just finished Landman.
Yeah.
And I feel like I also met the real life landman in Costa Rica, one of my colleagues' husbands, which was hilarious. Um, yeah, that we just finished that like Friday.
Wait, like
So
where do they live? Who the husband?
they are actually in Long Island.
Okay.
Um,
Cowboy hat?
and I no cowboy hat, but the constant just super dry humor. And I told him, I'm like, hey, Sean, you actually remind me of the main character in Landman. And he was like, he's like, yeah, I've heard that before.
Oh,
So
really?
it was the first time I'd ever met him.
Yeah.
But I was super honest with him and it was really funny. But yeah, so we just finished that. Courtney and I go back and forth on different shows we like. I usually kind of let him pick what series or whatever we're going to start watching. And he hates finishing things. And it
Oh,
drives me nuts because he usually picks what we're going to watch. Like we agree on it and he never finishes anything. So I'm like, stop picking these shows. Like I want to know what happens. And he always is like, I feel like I know what's going to happen. So like, let's move on to the next
he's
series.
just over it.
Yes. So yeah.
Do you
So-
ever watch any shows by yourself?
Honestly, I used to watch a bunch of just HGTV, and I do when I'm working out, watch shows kind of on my own, but I don't know. I feel like I just don't have time to really like sit down
Sit
ever
down.
and just watch a show on my own.
No,
So
for
when I'm
sure.
traveling, I do, but
Like
yeah.
a movie or something and good
Exactly.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a read before bed person or a late night scroll?
I'm a late night scroll. I think I just need to do the most just mindless things, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll get into a book. It's usually like self-help books. I literally am reading something called The Balancing Act right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I really just it's a mindless scroll, and I'm so tired at the end of the day.
And
It
there's no
lasts
mind space left.
nothing. I am at full capacity.
What's
So,
your, algorithm like? Like, what do you got on there?
I would say a lot of skincare,
Okay.
beauty stuff
Yeah.
for sure. Cooking, um, fashion. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
No conspiracies.
No conspiracies.
Okay.
No,
Well,
no.
I love that. Well, I was laughing because I screenshotted your story. Would you
Mhm.
like post like last week something about May? Welcome to
Oh,
Maycember, where moms have 47 events in 12
yeah.
days.
And you're expected to be at every single one of them, even volunteering.
Mhm.
Um, and work is crazy. The industry that I'm in is very busy in the spring. And we have 2 birthdays in the family in May. So it's like Courtney's birthday, Emerson's birthday, Mother's Day,
Yeah.
all the end of school stuff. And my industry is like you know, is really extremely busy in May. So,
I think there's 2 sides of it, because it's like one side, that's what like, we wanna be here for all of that
yeah,
stuff, right? And that's what we're made to do, and we have these families and these kids that are, like, looking at us.
yeah.
I actually came from from a baseball game
That's what you were saying.
today, and then I'm gonna, like, run back.
Yeah.
I don't not wanna do those things,
No,
but I think it's also okay sometimes to be like, "It's a lot." Like,
a
it's just
ton.
a lot.
Yep.
And you have 3 girls.
Yep.
Okay, full-time job plus your
Yes.
full-time job.
Yep.
What's been the most, like, "Okay, where you're saying this, okay, this is a lot," moment for you lately?
Um, lately, what has been? Hmm. I would say April was crazy for us too, because it's spring break.
Yeah.
Um, I usually do all the planning for, like, family trips. I'm just, like, a type A person, a control freak, and
Mhm.
I kinda take that upon myself, which, Courtney would totally do it, but I like to plan everything.
No, I plan everything too, I totally get it.
Everything.
Yeah.
So planning that and just making sure everything went great because we also had our neighbors that came with us too with their kids.
Fun.
So, you know, eh, planning that and making sure everybody has a great time. And then on top of that, we had another trip that I won for work that was like 10 days later. So honestly, the week in between coming
Mhm.
home from spring break, kinda getting everybody back on their normal schedules, routines, unpacking, all that, trying to fit in a ton of stuff between kids stuff, work stuff, and then getting ready to leave again, and I
Mhm.
know it's like first world problems, right? Going to Costa Rica,
Yeah, but
uh,
it's
you
your
know,
life, it's a
but
lot.
trying to, like, plan all the things too for my girls, for my mom who watched the girls, so she knows everybody's schedule, and I think my big moment where I realized this is a lot and wow, I cannot juggle everything was while we were in Costa Rica. Well, because Chloe's a 4th grader.
Yeah.
I have a 4th grader too. The picnic with the
Oh,
special
yeah.
person. So we were gonna be gone during that, so I lined everything up. My mom was gonna be her special person. I thought I confirmed the date
Oh, no.
and everything, and I got a text from Cam's friend's mom, who showed me a picture of them all sitting together on Wednesday, which I thought picnic with your special person was
Oh,
Thursday,
no.
and I realized I told my mom the wrong day. And I'm in Costa Rica like,
There's
"Oh
nothing you can do.
my goodness." So, you know what? The superhero that day was Cam's teacher.
Oh.
She called my mom because
Yep,
I gave the teachers a heads
totally.
up that we were out of the country and grandma was in charge, and she realized that I had given my mom the wrong date that morning, and so she arranged to have Emerson, our kindergartner, be Cam's special person,
How cute.
and she ordered them their lunches from Starbucks, had them door dashed to school,
What a
and she
gift.
literally, like, saved my you know
Yeah,
what, like,
no, for sure.
so I think it was that moment that I was like, "Wow," you know, juggling everything
Well, because
is
it's so much to get everything
yeah,
in order. When you have kids in school,
yeah.
I feel like that's one of the things, and you travel when the kids are younger. Don't
Mhm.
you feel like it was easier?
It
Because you're not to and from and back and forth and
yes.
after school stuff or the during school stuff
Yes.
because these types of things happen all the time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, but I had this horrible mom guilt, but thankfully, my village
Yeah.
includes grandparents, our nanny who still helps out even though we don't have anybody home,
Yeah.
anymore, and the teachers, because yeah, she was a rock star. I
And really,
felt
when you think about
horrible,
it at the end of the day, like it's okay.
and that's what Courtney said.
Yeah. It's
He's
like
like,
not the end of the
"It's"
world.
but to me, I was
I
like,
know.
oh,
Yeah.
I didn't want her to feel like she was forgotten. So,
Do you feel like it's the schedule, the mental load, or just the constant, like, being needed? That's the hardest.
I think for me, it's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
But the mental
Fair.
load, there's always something in the back of my mind, like trying to stay ahead of the game with everybody's needs. And
Yeah.
it's not even the mom mental, I mean, it is the mom mental load, but then the work mental load
It's like I
too.
always say, the amount of tabs that are
Mhm.
open in my brain,
Mhm.
and I can't even help it, and that's coming from someone I'm not working full time right now, and I feel like there's this pressure. Is it just me? Tell me it's not just me. You
No.
gotta be, like, fully present,
Mhm.
also high achieving, also not drop the ball on everything,
Yeah.
and I go to bed at night and I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
"Tab city."
Oh, yeah. My desktop, like, on my laptop is just so many things are saved. Nothing is very
Yeah.
organized, and I feel like that's what my brain looks
That's
like.
what your brain
Yeah,
looks like.
and even when my kids, they'll grab my phone every once in a while, and they're like, "Mom, you have, like, 100" like, they're swiping up, trying to close everything out, and it's funny because 'cause I'm like, "That's my life."
Yeah. Um, I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Where do you give yourself a break? How are you working on that? Work in progress?
It's a work in progress. I'm constantly trying to find, like, me time and, I'm getting better even with scheduling myself with my friends for, like I had
Mhm.
mentioned before, the simulator golf league I did this
Yeah.
summer or this winter on Tuesdays just because it's, like, 2 hours in the evening that I can just go and have fun and just decompress a little bit and not
Mhm.
worry about anything.
Yeah, and you deserve to
Um,
do that.
and just kinda some alone time.
I love that.
Yeah.
Can we talk about middle school?
Oh my gosh.
So we
It's an
both have
adjustment.
it's an adjustment.
Oh, yes.
I feel like being a middle school mom, and I've heard this, I don't know if you heard this, it's like a different level. And I'm like, okay, well, it's just like one grade, or,
Yeah,
there's still your, your baby, not really, but there's
yeah.
still little. What has surprised you the most about this age?
I would say so we were very nervous about middle school, like, very nervous. I know you have a boy in
Yeah.
middle school, I have a girl. Um, I feel like there are certain things, like, that girls are dealing with and then that boys are dealing with in this middle school,
It's and I'm
adjustment.
hearing it all.
The friend groups and just yeah, I think what surprised me the most with the transition to middle school, um, it's been tough, but I think I expected it to be harder on my
Okay.
middle schooler, honestly. I didn't love middle school as
Yeah.
a kid. I had some issues just, kind of the mean girl thing, and in middle school. Maddie has done quite well with that, but what I've noticed is there's just so many changes of, like, friend groups with
Constantly,
her
right?
constantly, but Courtney and I have talked about this, we thought it would be a little bit harder, the early morning, like, how early they have to wake up
Oh,
is
yeah.
and Maddie will sleep until noon on the weekend, so I have a
She
Oh, yeah.
does.
Oh, yeah. She Maddie loves her rest, like,
Mhm.
in the summers, w she sets an alarm for about 10:30 in the morning, so she actually wakes
Does
up.
she take the bus to school?
She does.
Okay, what time does it pick
So
up?
the bus picks up at about 7:05.
Yeah.
She sets her alarm for 5:45.
Is she
So
getting ready?
she gets ready and she it's just so early for my kiddo who hates being up
Oh, yeah.
early. Um, but yeah, she
Well, that's the difference between boys and girls because William, when
will
I
roll
say
out of
he
bed.
rolls out of bed, no, I'm serious. It's like I go down and I get him up. I'm like, it's 6:50. He's like,
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
And then I go down at 7. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's 7. He's like, I'm gonna get up at 7:02.
Does he
L-
take the bus too?
He doesn't because it would come really early.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do a loop, so I, like
Yeah.
we leave typically, like, 7:10. So,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he gets out of bed at 7:03,
Oh my god.
throws clothes on, brushes his teeth. I every morning, I'm like, "Do you want breakfast?" He's like, "No."
No.
'Cause, I
No.
mean, he's
They
not
get something at school if
and
they
he's
want
not
to.
hungry
Yeah.
at that time when he's
Yeah.
just trying to wake up. He
Yeah.
throws a hat on,
Oh my
he, like, doesn't
gosh.
care, and we're out the door in,
And
like, 6 minutes.
oh my see, Maddie comes into the room and she's like, "Today I want my hair, like, crimped or curled. Could you help me with that?" And I'm, like, in there crimping her hair on
Yeah.
Thursday morning. So, there's this whole routine to her getting ready, and then I usually will make breakfast for her. It starts early in our house now. I'm bummed I can't sleep in until, 6:45 anymore.
100%.
I'm now up at about 6 when
Yeah.
she's up, so I can make sure she's staying,
Ready to go.
like, ready to go, and yeah. So,
Does she still tell you everything, or is she getting a little bit more selective?
sh I think she's getting a little bit more selective. I feel like if I ask her certain things that I really wanna know, she will tell me, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think they're
The
just going through these
topics that we're having,
changes.
like, these questions, like, what's, like, a wild subject that you're, like, talking about right now?
Well, I mean, right now, truthfully, this whole puberty
No,
thing,
it's
that
insane.
conversation is what's going on constantly in our house,
Constantly.
and we have 3 girls, so, like, the
Yeah.
younger girls are also, like, listening, and Maddie's like, yeah, she'll hear them around the corner, and she's like, "Girls, stop!" Like,
Yeah.
it's so that's a weird
We're
thing
a
that's
very open
taking
in our family, like,
yeah,
probably, I don't know if you some could argue too open,
yeah,
we just
yeah,
talk about everything, but
yeah,
even I like, sometimes I'm like, "Oh, I was not prepared for that,
yeah,
for
yeah.
these types of
Of
questions."
questions, yeah,
Yeah.
and I do think Maddie is a little bit more she keeps to herself when it comes to that type of stuff, whereas my 4th grader asks all the
Yeah.
questions. So, sometimes I have to ask Maddie some, like, leading questions to get her to where to open up and to
Yep.
talk to me about, because yeah, the personalities are so different.
Isn't it so wild?
Yeah.
What's something you've learned as a mom recently that you didn't expect?
Mm, it's a great question. Um, that I just can't do all the things,
Yeah. Yeah.
honestly. I feel like there was a point in time where I was like, I can do this. I got this. I got this. I got this. I won't drop any balls." And I think it's just the older they get, the harder it's getting
Yeah.
with like you said, when they're younger, it's like you drop them off at daycare or you have a nanny that comes in, whatever, and every day is, like, kinda the same.
Yeah. No, it
Like,
is. No, that's true.
it's I mean, they might not be sleeping at night, so you're tired, when they're younger and whatnot, but, um, I feel like every day is different now based on who's got practice, who's got this, who and it's birthday parties, activities with friends, art night at school, talent show tryouts or like, it
The
yeah.
chauffeuring
Oh
alone
my gosh.
is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
It's
so that part of it is where I've realized, especially with 3, that to us, I think, was like a game changer. Like 2 to 3 was harder. I know some people say that the 3rd or the 4th, like, it's already chaos, so y but I think from 2 to 3 was hard, even though our 3rd is, like, the easiest kid
Yeah.
ever.
It's just well, it's yeah,
She's the easiest, but I think just adding another, schedule now that she's old enough to start, like, really doing activities.
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, something that you might not agree with, but from the outside, like me, you, to me, always look like you have it together. Like, I'm serious. You're working, traveling, showing up. Your skin looks amazing.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm in skincare, so I hopefully,
Yeah, but and you always
um
just look so good, and I think a lot of moms could look at that and go, "How?"
well, I love that I look like I have it all together because there are I don't feel like I do,
Yeah.
um, truthfully. So, everybody has a breaking point. I feel like, there are plenty of nights that I get home and I am just totally overwhelmed.
Cashed.
Yes, cashed. And I'm trying to get better at that, especially with just, like, the kids at home, and there are days that I've just had a crazy day at work, and then the kids are, "Mom, mom, 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 mom," and I'm like, "I'm trying to, cook dinner. I've still got emails coming in. I'm trying to finish up stuff on the computer, and they need this and need that," and, we all have those times where we just are like, "I need to go upstairs in the closet and just sit in there for, like, a few minutes and just take a couple deep breaths and realize everything's gonna be okay," and just, you know,
Yeah.
kinda have a little readjustment.
Well, I think it's good to know because I think everybody feels that, but do you
Yeah.
ever feel like you can't talk about that stuff, or do you feel like you have a good group of people who, you can, like, "Okay, this."
I do have a good group of people, like, my group of friends from college, we're still quite close, and, um, 2 of them in particular, like, we've got kids that are kinda going through the same thing, and everybody's working full time, and so we kinda vent about just
You can lean
the
on
ma
each other when you need it,
Yes.
yeah,
Yep,
which
for
I think
sure.
is really good. Not everybody has that.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's so important, at least for me, and I'll, have these conversations with my mom too, because I grew up with my mom worked full time. I'm one of 3 kiddos too. My dad owned a practice, so he was gone all the time, and so my mom did the same thing, so I kinda watched that growing up. So,
yeah.
yeah. So I
Well,
lean
no,
into
I
her
think it's
too.
kinda crazy right now because 'cause I'm like, my spot where I'm at all the time is like, "Wait, how do I have kids these ages?"
Yes.
That's all I keep saying
Yep.
is like, "How am I?" Like, I
Yeah.
feel 29,
Yeah.
1.
Right.
So how
And
do
you
I
look 29.
Thank you. It's the skincare that I use. No, but it's just like this wild,
Yeah.
like, my brain is always exploding. I'm like, "Wait,
Yes.
what? How
Yes.
I'm in charge of this, or I'm doing this, or I'm watching, these games or
Yeah.
whatever it is." And it's
Yeah.
like, yeah,
I blinked and their kids are older. I know, I think Courtney and I have been talking about that recently too with Maddie. I mean, she's almost as tall as me now. She has bigger feet than I do. She's
yeah,
like a size women's 10 just about.
that is
And
insane.
I'm like, "How did this happen?" And our
Yeah.
baby is gonna be 7 in a couple weeks, and I'm like, "We just brought her home from the hospital, I don't understand." And she's asking me for a cell phone and tips on her nails
Oh,
for her 7th,
yeah, and you're
birthday.
like,
And I'm like,
"Hard pass,
"How
babe."
did this happen?" And nobody else in our house has tips, and the other girls do not have cell phones. So where is this coming from?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's wild. 'Cause I don't feel like I'm old enough to have a
No,
middle
that's how
school.
I feel all the time, but, like you're saying, you talk to your mom about it, I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's the one thing I'm always thinking about right now is I'm like, "Okay, my mom did all of this too, she
Yes.
did it," and I'm like, I just and she made it look easy,
Yep.
right? And so
Yes.
I think I feel so much more for our moms
Yes.
that did this too,
Yeah.
because I'm like, "What? Okay."
Yep.
I don't know. This is not in my little section here, but because you brought up the phones,
Yeah. Oh
you
my gosh, you and I talk about this,
we
these
do talk
darn
about
phones.
this, and no phones, right?
No
We're not doing
phones.
it.
No phones.
Okay, good. I'm like,
No.
love that.
And, the constant pressure of the cell phones, these kids. I'm
Do
just
you
like,
feel like Maddie's getting a little bit I feel like William will say to me now, he's like, "I get it, mom." Like, he said this to me because all these group chats and
yeah.
stuff, he's like, "Mom, I get it. I'm glad I don't have."
And Maddie is not quite
Not
there.
quite there.
No,
Okay.
I mean, when we really sit down and we talk about the reasons why, I mean, she does nod her head, like, she
Yeah.
agrees with it, but then a couple weeks later, it's like, "Well, so and so who didn't have a phone, they just got one now too," and it's
Mhm.
just this pressure.
Does it make
Um,
you upset? I don't wanna, like, tread lightly here, but we are having a conversation. Does it ever make you upset with other parents?
kind of,
Yeah.
because the pressure comes home to us, and it's like, "No, I don't care what's going on with other families, like,
Mhm.
everybody, they have their own rules, and the rules in our house are you guys are not getting phones at this point." Like,
Well, and I think my biggest thing too is I'm like, we're in a place right now. I mean, we have the amount of information at our fingertips
yeah.
is so beyond. And I think I'm just always surprised. I find myself surprised. And I really am trying not to judge. Like, it's not
Yeah,
like from a judging
right.
place, but I'm like, why did you get them? Why did you get your kid a phone?
Yeah,
Because everywhere you look, there's a new study coming out saying
I
how
know,
terrible it is for them.
I know.
You
Yep,
know? So I think that's where I'm at. I'm kinda
yeah,
like, "Okay, I just have to separate it," and I really just tell my kids we talk about it all the time too.
yeah,
I'm like, "I'm gonna get a flip phone." I mean, I've been saying I'm getting a flip phone for, like, the last year. I might do
yeah.
it. 2026. I keep saying it like it
Yes,
might happen by the end of the year, but I'm like, "We have a house phone." It was
yeah,
the best thing we could have done.
yeah.
Because and it's so cute to hear these kids answer
Have
the
your little guy
phone.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
I remember when you were a kid,
oh,
it was the wall and we had to answer, "Toronto residents, this is Maggie,"
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I know, I know. I just to each their own
For sure.
with everybody has their own thing that they're comfortable with as far as rules with the phone, but at this point, we are just not comfortable. I mean, there
Yeah.
are times when, the kids have practice and they're at school it would be nice for them to have a phone for certain situations, but they do have Apple Watches,
Yep.
so Maddie can call me and say, "Okay, I'm done with talent show
There's a
tryouts now," like
way to do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
um, and they don't have as much, information at their fingers with the watch, and that's what I keep telling them, like, "You guys have the watch, so you can call me, I can call you, but
Yeah.
you don't need that. You've got an iPad that you can have your little group chats
Yep.
and not feel left out when" yeah, but it makes me nervous.
Well, I love that we're on the same page about that.
Yes, we
So,
are.
thank you.
Yes.
One and you guys should be too. Everyone should be on the same page about this.
Yes, yes.
Okay, one thing I've always said is we are moms,
Mhm.
but that's not my only title. And I know another reason I've always, been drawn to like your personality and all the things that you do is because you haven't lost yourself, and just like being that mom. I know, and that's not like a judgment to other people, but I know those early years, everyone's surviving.
Yes.
But I want to hear how you prioritize. Like you still have your things, like you said, you still prioritize your me time.
Yep.
You do the Tuesday night golfs,
Yep.
the salad and fries. Have you always done that, the side of fries? Is that,
I
like, your
love a
thing?
side of fries.
I love that.
Yes. So, Cobb salad, side of fries
Yeah,
with
no,
ranch and a glass of
I
wine.
know your order, which is funny.
It's all about
It's
balance. So,
all about
all about
balance.
balance.
So how would you
Um,
say you prioritize that? Like, still, feel like yourself?
you know, I think it also comes from I mean, Courtney, my husband, we're on the same page, I think, with, like, prioritizing he'll go out and do his golf league
Mhm.
or time with his friends too. And he really encourages me to do that because
Mhm.
it's so easy to fall into um kind of that space where you don't prioritize your needs.
It's so
It's
easy.
so easy.
I'm just gonna stay home. I have this to do. I'm
Yes.
gonna finish this. Well, tonight's
Yes.
not really gonna work. I'm not
Yes.
feeling well.
And I will say we are also in May, so, when it comes to the kids' activities and things that I've got going on with work, I'm probably not gonna have my Tuesday nights, at least with my, golf friends, because it's the craziest time of the year for us, but I really, really, really try, and I think Courtney pushes me to try to still do those things, but it's so easy. I feel like if he wasn't cheering me on to go and do those things, I get stuck in that rut of all the things I have to do with
That's
the
a really
kids
good
or
answer, though.
work,
Yeah, I
so
hope everybody has a
yeah,
supportive partner like that.
yeah.
What are the things you won't give up no matter how busy life gets?
Getting my nails done.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I get my nails done about every 2.5 weeks. Um, I would say I'm in the beauty industry.
Yeah. No.
So, always getting my tox treatment, my Dysport done,
Yeah.
super important. Um,
Which again,
you
another thing,
know
like, yeah, normalize that. Like, I love that.
Yes.
Like, being
Heck yeah.
at this age, you gotta do whatever you wanna do that,
Yes.
like, makes you feel good, and I
Yep.
believe if you wanna stay home all day, stay home all day.
Yeah.
If you wanna go do stuff, like, you
Yeah.
just gotta feel like your best self.
Yes. And for me, those things help me feel like my best self.
Yeah.
Um, so those are a couple things that I definitely won't give up. And then once the summer actually shows up here in Michigan, since it's so freezing right now, I don't give up my golf
Yeah.
time. Like, even if I can't do Tuesdays nights with friends, I'll usually try to get out once a week.
Good for you.
Um, 'Cause once I'm out there, I usually enjoy it,
You do.
unless I'm playing just awful.
Yeah. Well, that's me. I
So,
don't really enjoy it.
well, it's nice to just get out, have a drink, be outside, and just have a few
That's how I
hours,
feel about it.
you
Just like
know?
I love to sit on that patio
Yes.
and the social time because
Yep.
sometimes it is, that is the only time that
Yeah.
week that you're hanging with
Yep.
those people.
So,
Yeah, I think that's good. I know you said earlier that sometimes you just have to go up into the closet, but what's your I need a minute move?
usually my I need a minute, I will go up and, hide in the closet for a couple minutes, or I'll just go take a shower and
Yeah.
tell the girls, like, "Mom needs 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes, please."
Yeah.
And they usually get that now with the ages that they're at, but
My favorite line is, "I'm off the clock." I say it, I
Well,
go,
I'll say
"Mom's
kitchen's
off." Yeah, or
closed,
"Mom's off
like
the clock." Like, you
yeah,
gotta figure it out.
yep,
Yeah.
yes, because especially at night when they're not wanting to go to bed and it's now, like, 9:15 and they're like, "Will you come back in and tuck me in?" I'm like, "After 9 o'clock, you guys, it's
Tap,
me time." Like,
tap.
I'm tapped. I'm
Mhm.
at full capacity and
Yeah.
no.
And when you're
So,
showing up, I think that's okay. That's what I always tell my kids. I'm like, It's not I've been with you, and I've been
doing all the
doing
things.
all these things, and we've been
Yeah.
communicating. I've heard, Chloe tells me everything. Like, I always say, like, she gets home and she doesn't stop talking.
Yeah.
No, for real, and I love that.
Yeah,
I don't
'cause
want it to change, but
yeah,
sometimes I'm like, "Okay," like, I can't
and that
hear
is so funny because my
another
4th
story.
grader won't say anything
Oh,
until she's open, but she's definitely an introvert,
yeah.
and so, yeah,
Isn't
that's
it
so
so
funny.
funny? Oh, it's so good. Well, I feel like this time of year, May, spring, all of it makes you reflect a little bit more, and I know this Mother's Day is a little bit different for you. Your grandma passed
Yes.
away recently. I'm very sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, so she passed away in August, and she was like my person. Thank you for bringing the Kleenex
Yeah,
for
yeah, it's
me.
okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm so lucky that I had 2 grandmas that I was super close with. Um, one of them passed away, like, over 10 years ago, but my nana, who passed away recently, she yeah, was, like, my person. She's the first one who I think I was probably 10 years old, and she took me to her appointment at a plastic surgery center to get her first chemical peel.
Come on.
And it's so funny because, I was, in elementary school, and I would spend a lot of time with her in the summer, because they lived here in Grand Rapids. So and then I ended up going into, like, the beauty industry, which is
Yeah,
so funny, but she was the first one who kinda introduced me to that.
that's
She was
cool.
always really into fashion. She loved Lee's and
Oh,
Jacobson's
yeah.
and, Roger's department store, and yeah, so she was my person, and she also taught me how to golf. Um,
Oh, I didn't know
so
that.
yep, so I played with her constantly, and she was the one who introduced me to golf at a really young age, so we played in tournaments together, and, yeah, and she
I
was
know how hard that is. I'm
yeah.
really sorry, and there's no time frame on that. Is Mother's Day coming up? Did you guys like, how are you navigating that?
You know, so she was 93, she lived an incredible life. My grandpa is still living, we actually just had brunch with him this morning, we usually see him every weekend. Um, I guess we haven't even decided yet how we're gonna, like, navigate it because it's
First one.
yeah, our first one. Um,
You can be so like, feel so lucky, like, you're like, "Okay, 93, like, what
yeah,
a blessing," and
yeah,
that's what an amazing life, and it's, like, almost like an end of an era
yeah,
because it's
yeah,
everything changes
yep,
when, like, the matriarch, you
yeah.
know? What traditions do you wanna keep, like, for your girls, like, and pass down that she
Um, I mean, I would do a lot of sleepovers at their house in East Grand Rapids, and we would watch Golden Girls and
Oh,
Murder, She Wrote, and it's so funny because after she passed, I introduced the girls to Golden Girls,
oh, yeah.
and they love it.
Oh,
It's so funny,
that's amazing.
and that was kind of something that we always did, so I introduced them to that. Um, Growing up, she always cooked a lot of different meals. We're Jewish, so she had a lot of different great meals that she would cook, and I'm not that great of a cook, to be honest. So I've been take my mom makes a lot of Nana's recipes,
I'm the
so
worst, so,
I
like
like,
yeah,
it's not really my thing. Courtney prefers cooking a lot more than I do. I do it as a like, I
totally,
have to
because
cook.
you have
Yeah, I
to.
have
Somebody
to.
has to
Somebody
make the
has to.
meal. Yeah.
Um but, but about Nana all the time,
Yeah.
and actually I was just talking to Emerson, our 6-year-old, who's got a birthday coming up, and she said one of the things she actually said this today, that she wants for her birthday is a picture of her and Nana framed for, like, in her bedroom. So I love that my girls will remember her,
Yep.
um, that they're old enough to, like, have these memories. Um We visited them a lot in Palm Springs. They had a house out there, and the girls all have been out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think Nana loved shopping, fashion, golf, bridge, which I've never played.
I woulda really liked Nana.
Yes,
What was
so
her name?
Marilyn.
Marilyn.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
but she was a heck of a golfer, and whenever I'm out playing, I think of her.
I love that.
So,
You gotta carry her with you as,
yeah,
like, hard as it is, and people say that, and it's, like, so annoying, but you do.
yeah,
Like, cause I do think you get to a place where you're like, "No, no, no, they're still here
yep,
in everything that you do."
yep, yeah.
Yeah.
And even when I'm out there playing and I'm playing horribly, I'm like there's even sayings I'll say out on the golf course. Nana always would say, "Everything breaks towards the water." So just remember that when
Okay.
you're out
Yeah.
there,
No, I'm
everything
going to.
breaks towards the water. And I'm a horrible putter, and she would always say to me, "Just envision there's, like, a big bucket around the hole, like, and just try to get into that bucket." And I'll be out there and my putt is, like, horrible, way past this imaginary bucket,
Yeah.
and I'll say in my head, like, because she would say to me, "Gosh, Jessica, that's a big bucket," when we would play together, and I'm like, "Sorry, Nana."
Yeah. Oh, that is so funny.
Yep. So there's just these little sayings that she would always and when I read her eulogy, a lot of it was about our golf game
Yeah.
together, so,
I'm glad that you had all that.
yeah, so
Well, what do you want for Mother's Day?
oh
Like,
my
have
gosh,
you
that's
thought about it?
always what I know so many moms are like, "I just want a day alone. I want a, night in the hotel room by myself watching Netflix and wine or room service." Um, honestly, I love being with the kids
Yeah.
for Mother's Day, and I think part of that too is because I do work outside the home. I I'm not with them
Yeah.
during the week, and my job right now I have a lot of things that are kind of, like, outside of normal business hours, kinda
Yeah.
evening commitments. So, just, like, a nice brunch with the kids
Yeah.
and Courtney, I mean and I would say for one day, like, "Hey, girls, if you need these little things that you're constantly used to asking me for, just go ask dad."
Yeah. No, that's a good
Like
one.
yeah, that's really what I want.
I love that. That's a
Maybe
really good
9
answer.
holes if the
Yeah.
weather's nice to go
Hopefully
play
the
9
weather's
holes.
gonna turn,
I
right?
hope, because this weather is ridiculous for May.
I love it.
What are you asking for Mother's Day?
Well, so we're actually getting out of town, just like me
Mm,
and a couple friends. Yeah,
that's
just
fun.
like a quick getaway, like Wednesday
Yeah,
to Saturday. We did it last year,
yeah,
and I love it too. I like to be with my kids too.
yeah,
So it'll be Sunday, just like a brunch,
yep,
relax.
yep.
Same thing. I don't want to like cook a meal or do anything.
No,
That's
that
which
for
I don't
sh
have to typically have to, but
yeah,
sometimes it's just
yeah,
like you said, if you don't make a plan, it's easy to just roll right into the normal routine. Like, oh no, I'll just
yes,
like make this breakfast or then
and
I'll
then it
just do
turns
this.
into
And
a
then you're
whole
doing that
thing.
all day.
I know.
And yeah, I do. I like to just chill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
Okay. Early morning girl, or are you sleeping in?
I think I'm just forced to be an early morning girl because of how, like,
Life.
life, and that's when I do my workouts, so I would say early morning girl.
A celebrity that you'd want to have a drink with.
Oh my gosh.
Putting you on the spot.
A celebrity that I would want to have a drink with. Yeah, I don't maybe Sarah Jessica Parker?
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, Sarah Jessica Parker is
Like for her or for like Carrie Bradshaw?
for Carrie Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you
I'm
watch
not
all
like a
did you watch
I
every season of
watched
them?
most of them with my girlfriends, like, years
Years
ago.
ago.
I feel like now well, we were saying this, like, finding a series that you love, um I just, like, don't have the time right now, and I do feel like when Courtney and I watch something, most of the time it's, like, a half an hour and we're falling asleep. Um,
Do you rewatch
I
stuff? Is that what you
yes,
do?
we'll rewatch stuff too,
Yeah.
yeah, but I also feel like, I don't know, movies and a lot of things, like, they're not as good as they used to be. Like, I
100%.
don't know what it is, but I'm like, are these movies, like, are the budgets cut so much that we just I don't know, I'm
Yeah. Current song on repeat.
oh my gosh. Current song on repeat. Um,
Do you need to
this
check
is
your Spotify?
so hard. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I mean, I drive so much.
Totally.
Um,
So
I
you're
love
not gonna
junkies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I I drove like 650 miles last week. So I was listening to a lot of Crime Junkies,
Is
and
that
I
what the podcast name is?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
real
I was like, because
life.
I know there's so
Yes.
many crime
No,
podcasts, but that's what it is?
Crime Junkies.
Crime Junkies.
Yeah,
Okay, we're gonna call them out.
yep, so I've been listening to a bunch of that, of those. I get really into those. I've been listening to a few different podcasts on raising a teen daughter.
Yeah. Very informative.
Um, yeah, I mean, I love Taylor Swift, I will be honest. I
Yeah.
love Taylor Swift, so and so do my girls. So I would say, that's what you would find if you looked on my Apple Music
Okay.
the most of.
Fair.
So, yeah,
Would you say you're an overthinker, or are you more like it is what it is?
I'm an overthinker.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
same.
Yep,
Sorry that that's the way that it is.
I know. It's exhausting.
Ugh, terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
One food you'll never give up.
Food or beverage?
Both?
Wine.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and french fries.
Okay. Oh, that's good. What's the last thing you Googled? Be honest.
How to get rid of moles in the yard. And now I feel like I'm using ChatGPT more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Courtney discovered after we got back from Costa Rica that it seems like we have moles in the yard that
Well,
we've never had a problem with, and
we
so
have Mole Busters.
oh my gosh,
It's a company.
okay, we have
Yeah.
somebody coming out on Wednesday, but that is probably what you would find on Google, what I just Googled, and chat like, yeah.
ChatGPT. That's
Yep,
so funny.
yep, and also food poisoning. That was those 2 things yesterday, Googled those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm back, I'm back.
Okay, think about all the moms in your life, friend moms, like whatever. One thing every mom needs to hear this week.
That we are all just doing the best that we can,
Yeah.
like, and no judgment,
Yeah.
literally no judgment. Um, I just think and that we're harder on ourselves than
Mhm.
anybody.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, just
No, I think
no
that's
judgment.
really good. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
we're all in the same struggle.
100%.
So,
100%. In some,
yeah,
or we've all been there. We've all experienced
yes.
something, and
Yep,
better a community than
yeah,
not.
yep.
Yeah.
That's what I always try to, yeah, tell myself and tell my girls too. I'm like, give your sister a little grace. Like
Mhm.
just
Yeah, I love
we're
it.
all fighting the same fight.
100%. No,
This
that's
one
good.
won't put their shoes on. This one refuses to shower. This like it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, before we wrap, do you have a question that you want to ask me?
Mm. Yes, but I don't want to make you cry.
Oh, well, I mean, I feel like I cry here all the time by myself. I'm usually by myself too.
I mean, so what do you do on Mother's Day, like in honor of your mom?
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's a good question. I think like I avoided it, like
Yeah.
the first year. And then, as I said earlier, like this will be the second year kind of like getting out of town.
Okay.
And it's not even like an avoidance, even though because I am an avoider.
Yeah.
Like I would rather just like
I do the same thing.
I'm not gonna think about it. Like she's alive. Like
Mhm.
I pretend like she's alive like all the
Yep.
time. You know what I mean? I just
Yep.
I'm getting better at it, like saying, "Oh no, my mom died," but I for the longest time I just
Wouldn't
didn't
talk.
even say that.
Yeah.
So, but specifically on Mother's Day, the biggest thing in every day that I'm like really trying to lean in more, and like this is like a very much like recent the last few months, is what would my mom do?
Yeah.
Like, how can I love my kids the way that she loved me? How can I continue that stuff? And we talk, my kids called her Nana,
Yeah.
and we talk about Nana all the time
Yeah.
too. And Nana would love this, or she would be
Yep.
here, or who, who would be
Yes.
here? And Chloe's like, Nana
Nana.
would.
Yep.
So I think just flipping in my mind more, like rather than focusing on I mean, I have plenty of minutes like that she's not here. I have
Yeah.
plenty of time that
Oh,
I'm, like,
for sure.
miserable or cry, I a
Yeah.
shower crier, all of that, but flipping it and being like, "Okay, what would my mom do?"
Yeah.
And she would, want us to just be so happy and do the things that we wanna do and, like,
Yeah.
really live. That's all that she would want, so, yeah,
Yeah.
long-winded answer, but
But I love it.
yeah, that's
'Cause
where I'm
how
at.
old were your kids when she passed?
So it will be 4 years this so 6 and 8.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So they have great memories of
they
her.
do. William definitely more.
Sure.
Chloe was, like, right on that, but she definitely does. She has a photo of her, in
With
her bed.
Nana and
Yeah,
yeah.
yep, the 2 of them. So,
Yeah.
Nana's everywhere,
Yeah.
and I'm, like, grateful for that. I still wish she was here
Of
physically,
course.
but yeah. Alright. Well, I feel like this was just a really good coffee catch.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, I was gonna try to bring mimosas, but I didn't have my ID, so
And
I was laughing.
and that's perfect because I'm still, like, a little hesitant
You're a
after
little
the
hesitant after
ER
that
visit.
ER. Oh
Yep.
my gosh, we've
Yep,
gotta
to
keep
have
you
any
up, you.
alcohol. So,
Jess, thank you for letting me highlight you this week.
yeah, of
For real, and
course.
happy Mother's Day
Thank you. You
early.
too.
And to you guys listening, I know you loved this conversation because I sure did. Share it, tag me, navigating between the lines, and take this as your sign to go call a friend. Maybe you haven't talked too much recently and catch up on what's going on in the real life, not just the surface stuff. Spread a little love this week. We all need it. Happy Mother's to everyone, new moms, wannabe moms, late moms, whatever,
Yeah,
all the moms. There's all the
so
things
many.
and it's a lot going on. So, even the ones who look like they have it all together,
Yep, they
they don't.
don't.
I know. All right, until next time.